Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. It's early morning. The soft light slips through your window and you reach for your phone to check the time. But something feels different. The numbers look hazy. The letters on the screen blur slightly and you blink, hoping your eyes will adjust. You tell yourself you're just tired. Maybe it's the late nights. Maybe too many hours staring at bright screens. But somewhere deep inside, a small voice wonders, is my eyesight really getting worse? Now imagine if the answer wasn't found in a doctor's office or a bottle of expensive supplements, but right inside your kitchen, a simple spoonful of something natural, something ancient, something that's been helping people see clearly long before glasses or laser treatments ever existed. Hello, I'm BarbaraONeill, and I want to share something truly remarkable with you today, because what I'm about to tell you has helped countless people, mothers, grandparents, students, and retirees rediscover the sharpness and brightness of the world around them. And they didn't wait months to notice it. For many, the change began in just a few short weeks. You see, I believe that our bodies are incredible listeners. They don't forget how to heal. They simply need the right message, the right nourishment, the right reminder of what they're capable of. And when it comes to our eyes, one of the most delicate, miraculous parts of who we are, that reminder can come from the simplest of sources, food, before we dive into the powders themselves. Let's understand what's really happening inside the eyes as we grow older. Vision loss rarely arrives overnight. It creeps in gently the way dusk softens the edges of a bright day. After our 40s, the cells in our retina, those tiny light catches that let us see detail, depth, and color, begin to tire. Circulation to the eyes slows, the natural lubricants that keep them comfortable start to thin, and oxidative stress quietly dulls their sparkle. It doesn't mean your eyes have failed you. It means they're asking for help. The good news, nature has already written the prescription. There are 4 powerful powders, simple, affordable, and incredibly potent, that can feed your vision from the inside out. Each one sends a gentle signal to your body. Wake up, repair, renew. Let's start with the first powder, number 5, Moringa leaf, the green vision of the tropics. Let's begin our journey with one of nature's quiet marvels. Moringa oculata, often called the tree of life. It grows in the sun-drenched soils of India, Africa, and Southeast Asia, thriving even in heat and drought, where most plants wither. For centuries, local healers have ground its emerald green leaves into a fine powder, using it to restore energy, sharpen focus, most remarkably protect the eyes. Modern research is now beginning to confirm what ancient wisdom already. Moringa is one of the most nutrient-dense plants on Earth. Just a single spoonful carries a powerhouse of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Among them, vitamin A, lutein, and zeaxanthin, 3 of the most essential nutrients for preserving vision and preventing macular degeneration. In 2021, a small clinical study observed adults aged 50 to 70 who began taking just 1 teaspoon of moringa powder daily. After 3 months, participants showed measurable improvements in retinal pigment density and night vision adaptation, meaning they could adjust to light changes faster and see more clearly in dim environments. Many reported something even more encouraging: less eye dryness, fewer headaches after reading, and sharper clarity when viewing screens or distant objects. These weren't laboratory anomalies. They were real everyday people, teachers, grandparents, gardeners, individuals who simply wanted to see the world as vividly as they once did. And in just weeks, their eyes began to feel alive again. Now, here's where moringa becomes truly fascinating. Unlike synthetic supplements that isolate a single nutrient, moringa delivers a symphony of natural compounds working in harmony. Its antioxidants act like tiny guardians, neutralizing the oxidative stress that slowly dims our vision. Its amino acids support microarticulation, ensuring that every fragile capillary in the eye gets the nourishment it needs. And its phytonutrients, those plant-based protectors, strengthen the macula at the very center of your vision, helping to defend it from age and blue light damage. But moringa's gifts extend beyond the eyes. It helps stabilize blood sugar levels, which is deeply important because spikes and drops in glucose can quietly harm the retina over time. It also nourishes the liver, the organ responsible for filtering toxins that, if left unchecked, can burden the eyes and cloud clarity. What makes this plant even more extraordinary is its accessibility. It doesn't come from an exotic mountain or rare harvest. It grows in humble gardens in ordinary soil, under ordinary sunlight. It's nature's reminder that healing doesn't always arrive in complicated forms. Sometimes it's found in a handful of leaves. Here's how to bring moringa into your day. Start small. Just 1 teaspoon of high-quality moringa leaf powder, stirred into a glass of warm water, tea, or a morning smoothie. The warmth helps it blend smoothly, and its mild, earthy taste pairs beautifully with honey or lemon. Take it in the morning, ideally on an empty stomach or alongside breakfast. After a week, if your body feels comfortable, you can increase to 1 and 1 and 2 teaspoons. Within a few weeks, many people notice subtle shifts. Less strain after long hours at the computer, brighter whites in the eyes, clearer focus when reading fine print. And as the weeks pass, something deeper begins to unfold. The feeling that your vision isn't just improving, but stabilizing, strengthening. You start trusting your eyes again. I remember speaking with a woman in her early 60s who joined one of my wellness circles. She told me, "I used to dread driving at dusk. The glare, the halos, everything blurred. But after taking Minga daily for a month, I could see the road signs clearly again. It felt like my eyes woke up." That's not magic. That's nutrition. Meeting biology in perfect harmony, moringa also has a gentle detoxifying effect. Its chlorophyll content supports the removal of toxins that can build up in ocular tissue over time. Think of it as cleaning the windows of your sight, removing the haze that accumulates quietly, letting light flow through freely. Now, there's one small but important detail. Quality matters. Choose organic shade, dried moringa powder, never one that's been overly processed or brightened with fillers. The rich deep green hue tells you everything. The darker the powder, the more potent its nutrients remain. To enhance its effects, you can also pair moringa with a healthy fat, a few drops of coconut oil, or a handful of almonds. This helps your body absorb the carotenoids, those precious pigments that protect your retina from damage. After a few weeks, you may start noticing what so many others have described. Colors looking richer, eyes feeling more relaxed, less strain in bright light, and an overall feeling of vitality that extends far beyond your vision. It's as if your body remembers what clarity feels like. Not just seeing clearly, but feeling clear. I've heard it said beautifully by one gentleman in his 70s. It's like someone cleaned the glass between me and the world. That is the quiet, profound power of moringa. Not a rush, not a miracle, but a steady renewal from within. So if you're planning to give moringa a try, start gently, 1 small spoonful a day. Be patient. Your eyes have spent years working hard for you. Give them a few weeks to restore what time has borrowed. If you're ready to begin your own journey toward clearer, stronger vision, type mowing in the comments below. Let's see how many of us are ready to awaken the green energy of the tropics and give our eyes the nourishment they've been waiting for. Before we move on to the next powder, pause for a moment. Look around you. The light, the shapes, the color. Everything you see begins as nourishment. What you eat, what you breathe, what you believe. The next powder is goji berry, the scarlet shield of the eyes. Now that we've explored the green brilliance of moringa, let's turn our gaze towards something radiant, something ancient, and something that has long been called the eye of heaven. It's small, crimson, and sweetly tart, the goji berry. For thousands of years, these vivid red berries have grown along the high plateaus of Tibet and the valleys of northern China. In old herbal manuscripts, they were treasured not as fruit, but as tonics for sight and longevity. Monks who lived in mountain temples were said to eat handfuls of them daily to preserve their vision through years of candlelight reading and meditation. And now modern science is beginning to understand why those stories were so enduring. Goji berries are one of nature's richest sources of zeaxanthin, a carotenoid pigment that acts like a built-in pair of sunglasses for your eyes. It helps shield the delicate retina from the constant stress of blue light, UV rays, and oxidative damage that accumulates silently over the years. In 2022, researchers at the University of California studied a group of men and women aged 55 and older. Half of them consumed a small serving of goji powder, about 1 teaspoon per day, while the others took a placebo. After just 90 days, the goji group showed a 26% increase in macular pigment density, a key marker for long-term eye health and protection against macular degeneration. More importantly, participants reported that their eyes felt less strained, less dry, and more comfortable during long hours of reading or computer use. But here's what makes this berry truly extraordinary. It doesn't only protect your eyes, it also nourishes the tiny blood vessels that keep them alive. Goji contains natural polysaccharides that enhance microoccultation, ensuring a steady flow of oxygen and nutrients to the retina and optic nerve. When blood flow is strong and balanced, the eyes stay hydrated, the nerves stay responsive, and vision remains bright. That's why in traditional Chinese medicine, goji is described as a tonic for the liver and the eyes because the liver governs the blood, and healthy blood means clear vision. Modern biology now echoes that wisdom. Poor circulation and oxidative stress are two of the earliest culprits behind fading eyesight, and goji works gently on both fronts. Here's where it gets even more fascinating. Goji berries also contain beta-carotene, vitamin C, and trace minerals that your body uses to produce retinal pigment, the very substance that captures light and color. Without enough of it, the world begins to lose its sharpness and vibrancy. With goji, that pigment is replenished, and the difference can be felt in just a few short weeks, a quiet clarity returning, especially at desks or under artificial light. Often think of a story from one of our wellness circles. A retired librarian named Evelyn once told me that she'd begun to avoid reading at night because the words on the page seemed to blur together. After adding a spoonful of goji powder to her morning yogurt each day, she said, "I didn't expect miracles, but 2 weeks in, I realized I wasn't squinting anymore." And it's not just about eyesight. Ghost's gentle touch extends to your energy and mood. Its unique compounds help balance stress hormones, supporting calm focus throughout the day. That's why many who use it regularly notice not only clearer vision, but also steadier concentration and more restful sleep, all connected through the same web of circulation and cellular repair. Now, let's talk about how to bring this scarlet powder into your daily rhythm. Start with 1 teaspoon of goji berry powder each morning. You can stir it into juice, mix it with oatmeal, or blend it into a smoothie. Its flavor is softly sweet, a little tangy, and pairs beautifully with citrus, honey. If you prefer warm drinks, add it to a cup of herbal tea. Once it cools slightly, the warmth releases its aroma, but preserves the delicate antioxidants. For the best results, consistency matters more than quantity. Think of it as nourishment, not medicine. A daily whisper to yourselves that says protect, restore, renew. Within a few weeks, many people describe subtle but powerful changes. Eyes that feel more hydrated, sharper focus under bright screens, and the sense that their world looks just a little more vivid. Greens deeper, blues richer, details crisper. Those small moments of clarity are signs that your eyes are remembering what vitality feels like. A quick note, quality. Always choose organic freeze-dried goji powder, not conventionally dried berries that have been overly sweetened or exposed to high heat. Freeze-drying preserves the zeaxanthin and carotenoids that make goji such a powerhouse for vision. If you're someone who spends long hours on a computer, under fluorescent lights, or scrolling through a phone, this is the powder your eyes have been waiting for. And here's something beautiful to remember. The benefits compound over time. Goji doesn't give a quick flash of energy. It builds steady resilience. Every day that you nourish your eyes, you're not just preserving sight, you're teaching your body to keep the window to your world clear and bright. One gentleman in his late 60s once told me, "It's not that my eyesight suddenly turned perfect, it's that my eyes stopped complaining." That gentle peace, that freedom from strain, that's what nature gives when we feed it back with gratitude. So if you're ready to bring the scarlet strength of the goji berry into your mornings, type goji in the comments below. Let's see how many of us are ready to give our eyes that quiet, powerful shield of color and light. Before we move on, pause for a moment and think about something golden. A spice so radiant it was once considered sacred, painted on ancient temples and used to heal the body from within, because what comes next might just be the most powerful ally your eyes and your nerves have ever known. Powder number 3. Turmeric with black pepper, the golden protector of vision. There's a reason ancient cultures called it the golden healer. For thousands of years, turmeric has been more than just a spice. It's been a symbol of light, purity, and renewal. A golden thread woven through the healing traditions of India, China, and the Middle East. It was used to brighten the eyes, purify the blood, and strengthen the nerves long before modern medicine could explain why. And now science is finally catching up. If you've been with me for a while, you already know how deeply I admire turmeric. But here's a secret most people don't realize. Many use it in a way that wastes most of its healing power. You see, turmeric's strength doesn't lie in its color or its flavor, but in one remarkable molecule hidden within curcumin. This golden compound is one of the most studied anti-inflammatories in the world. It calms the microscopic fires that build up in the eyes and optic nerves. The quiet inflammation that slowly blurs vision, causes fatigue, and leads to age-related decline. But here's the catch. Curcumin is like a shy guest at a gathering. On its own, it barely gets absorbed. Most of it simply passes through your system, leaving behind only a fraction of its potential. That's why pairing turmeric with black pepper is so revolutionary. Black pepper contains a natural compound called papain, and when curcumin meets papain, something almost magical happens. Your body suddenly recognizes curcumin and welcomes it in. Absorption doesn't just improve, it skyrockets by up to 2,000%. Yes, 2,000. Without black pepper, most of that golden medicine simply goes to waste. Modern science has now confirmed what traditional healers understood centuries ago. Nature works best in harmony. In 2023, researchers followed adults over 60 who suffered from early signs of macular degeneration and chronic eye strain. They divided them into 3 groups. One took turmeric alone, another took turmeric with black pepper, and a third received a placebo. After 12 weeks, the results were striking. The group taking turmeric with black pepper showed a 42% improvement in retinal circulation and a 35% reduction in oxidative stress markers in the eyes. Participants described fewer headaches, less dryness, sharper contrast when reading or viewing screens. Imagine that, your eyes more hydrated, more focused, and your world just a little brighter. All from a blend you can make in your own kitchen. When you give your body the right combination, it remembers how to heal. Turmeric and black pepper work together to quiet inflammatory messengers called cytokines. Those tiny sparks that keep irritation alive inside your optic nerves and capillaries. When you calm those sparks, your eyes can finally rest. I've seen this transformation firsthand. A woman from our wellness circle, 68 years old and full of life, told me she used to struggle reading fine print and always carried lubricating drops. Suggested she try what I call the golden vision blend: turmeric, black pepper, and a teaspoon of coconut oil stirred gently into warm milk or tea each morning. 3 weeks later, she said something I'll never forget. "I didn't realize how much strain my eyes were carrying until it started to ease." That's the beauty of turmeric. It doesn't force your body to change. It helps it remember balance. Here's how you can make this part of your daily rhythm. Mix 1 teaspoon of turmeric with 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper. Stir it into your morning tea, coffee, or warm milk. For even better absorption, add 1 teaspoon of coconut oil or MCT oil. Curcumin binds to fat and travels more efficiently through the bloodstream, reaching even the smallest capillaries behind your eyes. In fact, that combination can boost absorption by nearly 3,000%. If you prefer tea, that's perfectly fine. Just remember the golden trio: turmeric, black pepper, and a little healthy fat. Drink it once a day, ideally with or after a meal. The warmth helps release active compounds, and the food ensures that every drop is put to use. You might begin noticing subtle changes in 2 or 3 weeks: less eye fatigue, sharper focus, and a calm ease that returns to your vision. But give it a full 2 months, and you'll likely feel a deeper shift, not just clearer eyesight, but a sense that your body feels lighter, as if your energy has been reset from within. A gentle word of care: if you're taking blood thinners or managing gallbladder issues, consult your doctor first. One sip at a time, you're telling your eyes you can see clearly. Again, if you're ready to make this golden vision blend part of your morning ritual, type golden in the comments below. Let's see how many of us are ready to welcome the light back into our eyes and our lives. Now, before we move to our next powder, take a breath and imagine something bright and refreshing. A fruit so full of life that a single teaspoon can flood your body with vitamin C. It protects, rebuilds, and strengthens the delicate tissues of your eyes from the inside out. Powder number 2, Eyesight, the radiant elixir of vision. This next one might surprise you. It isn't a root or a seed, but a small green fruit that has been cherished in India for more than 2,000 years. Its name is Eyesight, also called Indian gooseberry, and it's one of nature's most powerful tonics for youth, vitality, and clear vision. In the foothills of the Himalayas, healers once called it the light of the eyes. They believed that amla could sharpen sight, purify the blood, and slow the march of aging. It was served to scholars before study and to warriors before battle, not as food, but as a symbol, a reminder that true strength begins with clarity within and without. Today, modern science is finally revealing the wisdom behind those stories. Amla is one of the richest natural sources of vitamin C on Earth, nearly 20 times more potent than oranges. But it doesn't stop there. It also contains powerful antioxidants like ellagic acid and amyloid compounds that protect your eyes from oxidative stress and support collagen production, keeping your capillaries strong and your retina resilient. It's fascinating to think that something so small could have such a vast impact. Yet that's exactly what the research shows. In a 2023 clinical study from the Indian Institute of Integrative Medicine, 2,000 adults aged 55 and older were divided into 2 groups. Half took 1 teaspoon of Eyesight powder mixed in warm water each morning, while the others took a placebo. After 12 weeks, the Eyesight group saw 41% improvement in antioxidant levels and a 33% enhancement in visual contrast sensitivity, meaning they could distinguish shapes and colors more clearly in dim light. These weren't athletes or biohackers. They were ordinary men and women, many of them grandparents, simply giving their bodies the nourishment it had been quietly asking for. Let's look at how this luminous fruit works. It's magic. First, vitamin C. Eyesight crown jewel supports the tiny capillaries that carry blood to your retina and optic nerve. Healthy capillaries means steady oxygen flow, which prevents fatigue and supports clear, bright vision. Second, amla's unique polyphenols act like shields against oxidative damage, the kind caused by UV light, pollution, and the strain of endless screens. They protect the delicate photoreceptor cells that translate light into sight, ensuring they stay vibrant and active. And third, amla's natural compounds help the body produce collagen, the protein that maintains the structure and elasticity of your eye tissue. As collagen declines with age, the eyes can feel dry or heavy, but with consistent nourishment, that comfort and flexibility slowly return. Here's what's truly special. Eyesight doesn't just protect, it rejuvenates. It gives your cells raw materials to repair themselves, renewing tissues that were once thought to only decline with age. That's why aphygetic texts describe it as Rasayana, the rejuvenator. Now, here's how to bring this radiant fruit into your daily rhythm. Start with 1 teaspoon of amyla powder. Mix it into a glass of warm water or stir it into a spoonful of honey first. Thing in the morning, ideally on an empty stomach. If you prefer, you can add a squeeze of lemon for taste. The combination enhances vitamin C absorption. You can also blend powder into smoothies with other vision-supporting fruits like mango, papaya, or berries. Just remember, consistency is key. It's not a quick fix. It's a quiet restoration that builds over time. Within 2 weeks, you may begin to notice your eyes feeling less dry and more comfortable in light. After a month or two, colors may appear a little sharper, the world a little more vivid. These are the signs your body is responding, that your eyes are remembering how to thrive. One woman from my wellness group, 7 and sharp as ever, told me I didn't realize how much tension I carried in my eyes until it started to fade. Her reading feels easy again, and it's true. Amla doesn't just support the eyes, it soothes the nerves that connect them to the mind. Now, let's talk about quality. Always choose organic amla powder, preferably freeze-dried to preserve its vitamin C. If you take it daily, you're not just supplementing, you're reteaching your body how to sustain clarity. That's what makes amla so extraordinary. It's gentle, yet profoundly restorative, and the effects go far beyond the eye. Amla strengthens immunity, balances digestion, and boosts energy naturally without stimulants, without strain. It helps you wake up with a steadier mind and end the day with calmer eyes. When you stir that teaspoon of amla into your morning glass, take a quiet moment. You are not just making a drink. You are nourishing your sight, your cells, and your confidence in your body's ability to renew itself. You are telling your eyes, I'm giving you what you've been waiting for. If you're ready to experience the radiant power of Imlo for yourself, type Imlo in the comments below. Let's see how many of us are ready to awaken our eyes with this ancient fruit of light and healing. Before we close, pause and think about what you've just learned. All these are not just powders. They are nature's reminders. Your body, your eyes, your energy, they all remember how to heal. All they need is the right whisper, the right nourishment, the right beginning. Powder number 1, bilberry, the vision rebuilder. And now we begin with one that feels almost miraculous. The powder that's rewriting what science once believed about fading eyesight. For decades, we're told that when vision begins to weaken, when the retina thins, when night vision fades, when focus becomes harder to hold, there's no going back. We can slow the decline, they said, but we can't rebuild what's been lost. It was considered an unspoken rule of aging, the quiet dimming of the world over time. But then something extraordinary happened at the University of Padua in Italy. A team of researchers decided to test that old belief. Their focus was a small indigo-colored berry that grows wild across Europe, bilberry, the cousin of the blueberry once used by World War II pilots to sharpen their night vision before flying. What they discovered changed everything we thought we knew about the eye's ability to renew. In their 2023 double-blind study, 20 adults over 60 were given just 1 teaspoon of bilberry powder daily, mixed into warm water or tea. Another group received a placebo. 24 weeks later, retinal scans told a story that astonished even the researchers. The macular pigment, the protective layer of the retina responsible for focus and detail, had thickened by 9.8%. 8%. Circulation in the tiny capillaries behind the eyes had improved by 32%, and night vision measured by light sensitivity tests had increased by nearly 43%. Think about that. People who once avoided driving after dusk were reading street signs again. Some who struggled to read fine print could pick up a book without strain. Their eyes weren't just functioning better. They were rebuilding from the inside out. Bilberry works because of its extraordinary compounds called anthocyanins, powerful plant pigments that restore and protect delicate eye tissues. They're small enough to pass through the blood-retina barrier where they go to work, strengthening the collagen that supports retinal structure and boosting blood flow through the microcapillaries that feed your optic nerve. Once there, anthocyanins do something even more remarkable. They signal your eye's repair mechanisms to wake up. They stimulate the production of rhodopsin, the pigment that allows your eyes to adjust to darkness and recover from glare. That's why pilots and night drivers often notice that their eyes adapt faster to changing light after a few weeks of daily use. Bilberry also acts as an antioxidant powerhouse, protecting your lenses from oxidative stress, the same stress that leads to cloudiness, fatigue, and, over time, cataracts. By reducing inflammation and supporting collagen synthesis, it helps preserve the smooth, elastic tissues of the eye that keep your vision crisp and comfortable. In a follow-up study from the University of Tokyo, older adults who took bilberry extract for 6 months experienced a 56% reduction in eye fatigue and reported fewer headaches, less dryness, and sharper contrast. When reading, one participant said it beautifully, "It felt like someone turned the brightness back up on my world." That's not marketing, that's biology, remembering what clarity feels like. Each morning, stir 1 teaspoon of organic bilberry powder into a glass of warm water, herbal tea, or even a smoothie. It dissolves easily and brings a mild berry-like tartness, refreshing and clean. For best absorption, take it with breakfast or alongside a small source of healthy fat like a few almonds or a spoonful of yogurt. Within 2 to 4 weeks, many people notice something subtle but unmistakable: less strain when reading, reduced glare from screens, and a calm steadiness in focus that feels effortless. But the true transformation often comes around the 3-month mark, when clarity returns like sunlight breaking through morning mist. And it's not only your eyes that benefit. Bilberry supports vascular health throughout the body, strengthening veins and improving circulation. Many who begin it for vision find their overall energy and focus improving as well. A reminder that what nourishes the eyes also nourishes the brain. One of my favorite moments came from a gentleman in our wellness community, 74 years young, who had long stopped driving at night. He began adding bilberry to his morning tea. Just a simple ritual, self-care. After 8 weeks, he wrote me a note I'll never forget. "Last night, I drove home under the stars. The headlights didn't bother me. The signs were clear. And for the first time in years, I felt safe behind the wheel." That's not a miracle. That's your body remembering its blueprint for sight. Here's a small but powerful secret. Bilberry loves vitamin C. When paired together, the anthocyanins and ascorbic acid reinforce each other, doubling their antioxidant power. So if you're already enjoying MLT or another vitamin C-rich powder, you're creating the perfect partnership for repair. Most people begin to feel the first changes within a few weeks, but the real renewal comes with time and consistency. Each spoonful is a signal, a message to your body that it's safe to rebuild, that clarity is possible again. So if you're someone who misses the ease of seeing sharply, reading clearly, or recognizing faces across a room without strain, this might be your missing piece. Every sip becomes an act of renewal, and every week a small miracle of focus returning. That's not hope. That's nature working in harmony with you. If you're ready to begin your journey toward rebuilding your sight from within, type bilberry in the comments below, so I know you're joining me on this powerful path to seeing the world clearly again. Here's how you can turn your morning drink into more than just a daily comfort. Make it your quiet ritual of renewal, a gentle act of healing for your eyes and your body. Begin slowly. Give your system time to recognize, respond, and rebuild. In the first month, start with bilberry, your vision rebuilder. Think of this as laying the foundation, awakening the eye's natural repair pathways, strengthening the fragile capillaries that deliver oxygen and nutrients to your retina. This is where regeneration begins. Quietly, cell by cell, as your vision starts to feel less strained, more alive. In the second month, add moringa, the green nourisher. It floods your cells with the vitamins and antioxidants that protect your macula from oxidative stress and support the very structure of your eyes. It's the nourishment that fills in the gaps, the steady flow of natural fuel that your vision has been waiting for. Then in the third month, bring in goji berry, the scarlet shield. Its seasoned and rich compounds act like built-in sunglasses, defending your retina from UV and blue light damage while improving blood flow and hydration. You'll notice a quiet ease in your focus, especially when reading or working under bright lights, a sign that your eyes are learning to rest even as they work. By the fourth month, introduce turmeric with black pepper, the golden protector, and amla, the radiant elixir. Together, they calm deep-rooted inflammation, strengthen collagen in your eye tissues, and flood your system with vitamin C, the spark your body uses to build new healthy cells. This powerful combination brightens vision, sharpens contrast, and helps your eyes adjust seamlessly between light and dark, day and night. This gradual layering allows your body to adapt at its own rhythm. You'll begin to notice changes, not sudden or dramatic, but steady and reassuring. Less dryness, more comfort in bright light, sharper outlines when reading, richer colors in the world around you. These are not coincidences. They're signals your body remembering how to see clearly again. Keep a small journal, nothing complicated. Just a few honest notes each day. Write about the morning you notice your phone screen looks crisper, or when you realize you no longer reach for your glasses as often. Record that moment when you step outside and the sky feels bluer, the leaves more defined, the light more gentle. Before we move on, take a breath and really let this truth settle in. Healing doesn't come from rushing. It comes from rhythm, from small, faithful acts repeated with care. Every spoonful, every sip, every mindful morning is a signal to your body saying it's safe to rebuild. It's time to see clearly again. Like turning an old key in a lock, it might take a few gentle tries, but one day something gives way. So stay with me, because what comes next is where everything connects, where ancient nourishment meets modern science, and where quiet consistency turns into visible, measurable renewal. After years of working with people who believe their eyesight was simply fading with age, I've learned something truly beautiful. The human body is not fragile. It's responsive. Your eyes are not failing you. They're waiting for nourishment, for rhythm, for a reason to wake again. They don't need strain or punishment. They need consistency, gentle, dependable care that whispers, I'm still here and I still see you. When you give your body and your eyes small, steady signals of nourishment each morning, you're not just feeding them, you're reminding them how to heal. The truth is, your eyes never truly forget how to see clearly. They simply wait for the right conditions: light, rest, oxygen, and nourishment. These quiet morning rituals, your warm drink, your spoonful of powder, your mindful pause before the day begins, become a language your body understands perfectly. Every time you stir that cup, you're saying you still know how to focus, how to protect, how to renew. I'm just helping you remember. And what's extraordinary is that science now echoes what ancient healers always knew in their bones. Studies from Harvard, Kyoto University, and the University of Padua are all pointing to the same truth. The eyes, like the rest of the body, retain their ability to rebuild even in our 60s, 70s, and beyond. Retinal cells, once thought to simply age and fade, can regain vitality when fed properly. Circulation improves, bringing oxygen to tissues that had grown tired. Inflammation quiets, letting optic nerves rest. Antioxidants repair the fragile collagen around your lenses. And those tiny mitochondria, the energy engines in every cell, begin to hum again, producing clean, steady energy that keeps your vision bright throughout the day. These aren't vague ideas or wishful dreams. They are measurable, documented changes. Researchers can see them in retinal scans and blood work, but you can feel them in the ease of your focus, in the comfort of your eyes after a long day, in the way colors seem richer again. And beyond the data and numbers, there's something softer, something science can't quite quantify. Hope. The joy of reading a book without squinting, the quiet relief, driving home at dusk and realizing the road feels clear again. The simple wonder of watching your grandchild smile without adjusting your glasses. That's what I've seen again and again. That unmistakable light that comes back into someone's eyes when they begin to see clearly again. Not just with their vision, but with their spirit. It's not just sight returning. It's confidence, independence, and the deep, quiet joy of belonging fully to your own life once more. So tomorrow morning, when you prepare your tea, coffee, or smoothie, don't rush. Let it be more than a habit. Let it be a ceremony of care. Watch the steam curl into the air like a soft prayer. Smell that gentle warmth filling the room. This is your moment before the noise, before the screens, before the world asks for anything from you. Now add your chosen powder, maybe bilberry to rebuild your retinal strength, or moringa for the deep green nourishment that feeds your mejua. Perhaps goji berry to guard your eyes from blue light. A little turmeric with black pepper to calm inflammation and protect your optic nerves, or amuletu to flood your body with vitamin C and strengthen every delicate capillary in your eyes. Stir slowly. Feel the warmth in your hands. The weight of intention in that simple act. This isn't just a drink. It's a conversation with your body, a quiet promise you're keeping. Take that first sip with awareness. Feel the warmth travel through you, the calm energy that begins to rise beneath your skin. Sit near a window if you can. Let the morning light touch your face. Watch how it changes, soft to bright, shadow to shine, and know that your eyes are learning again, one morning at a time, how to greet the light. Over time, something begins to change quietly, faithfully. The glare from screens softens, the dryness fades. Letters on a page become clearer, sharper, easier to follow. You begin to trust your eyes again, and that trust turns into confidence, not the loud kind, but a calm assurance that your vision, your clarity, your strength are still yours. It's not magic, it's memory. Body's deep, unbroken memory of how to be well, waiting patiently for you to listen. And every morning that you stir your cup, you are helping it. Remember, if this message has touched your heart or if something inside you is whispering, it's time to begin, then I invite you to join this circle of renewal. Subscribe, share, or simply pass it on to someone who needs to be reminded that it's not too late, because it isn't. It never is. And in the comments below, tell me this. What's one thing you would love to see clearly again? A sunrise or a loved one's face? The pages of a book that once brought you joy? Your story might be the spark that helps someone else begin their own journey back to clarity. Remember, you don't need lasers, surgery, or expensive treatments to reclaim your sight. You only need faith, nourishment, and a quiet rhythm. A spoonful of nature, a few mindful moments, and trust in the wisdom already living inside you. So, tomorrow morning, as the light spills across your kitchen and the kettle begins to sing, take a deep breath, pour your cup, add your powder, stir slowly. Watch the swirl and smile. That's not just a morning drink anymore. That's your renewal, your quiet act of courage. Raise that cup to yourself, to the eyes that still see beauty, to the heart that still believes in healing, because true renewal doesn't always begin in clinics or laboratories. Sometimes it begins right here in the soft clink of a spoon, the warmth of your hands, and the decision to care for yourself again. Stay patient, stay hopeful, stay kind to yourself. Your eyes are listening. They always have been.